Hello. How's everybody doing? Let's see. Sorry, I was trying to get this image thing to work and it just won't work. That's okay. Y'all know you're on Uniwig's page, right? Hi, how are you? Well, thanks for coming to this live. I love doing these live streams, and today we have some really fun questions. I want to hear your guys' questions, so please make sure that you comment with them, and I'm more than happy to help. I also am super excited to introduce you to this new topper, the Vianne. So they are launching, Uniwigs is launching their Origin collection. So they have a wig, the Isabella wig. I don't have that one, but I do have the Origin Vianne topper, and that's the one I'm wearing right now. They've got new colors. We're going to dig into all of that, as well as kind of go over some basics and just some ideas for like being outdoors with a topper on, like going to parties. I think hopefully where you are, the weather is cooperating and getting nice so that we can do more stuff outside. Hello, Dreamy Moose. How are you? These names always crack me up. So if you can figure out a way to change your name to your real name, that would be fun. If not, I'll just call you these crazy ones. All right, so let me go over really quickly the topper I'm wearing because it's on the screen right now. And they say that the link to the Vianne topper is in the top left corner. Okay, so you can click on anything there. There's 15% off on select wigs and toppers tonight. So make sure you take advantage of that during the live and you can get a great deal. This topper right now is launching tomorrow, I believe. Unless you're launching it tonight, Uniwigs, you'll have to let me know, but pretty sure it says March 13th, which is tomorrow. This is such a beautiful new color that they have for this Origin collection. Oh, hi, Lisa. Okay, Light Soda is Lisa. I think I can remember that. This color is champagne. I wrote it down. Champagne Glow Brown. So it's kind of an ashy, dimensional, medium brown. It's got some really pretty ashy highlights in it. I always am so impressed with Uniwigs' colors, especially for being a brand that is so much more budget friendly than most like boutique shops. Their colors have really stepped it up. Like, this is a beautiful luxury salon, I think, level hair color. You love it, Lisa? Isn't it just gorgeous? What's really exciting about these new toppers and wigs in the Origin collection is that if you don't love the Burmese hair, if you've tried Uniwigs before, and a lot of their toppers, they were using Burmese hair, which air dries with a wave, like this one. Now, if you have kind of curly or wavy hair, you'll probably love this. If you don't, and you like something that's sleeker and a little easier to straighten out and wear kind of in like these loose waves, I mean, what's nice is this air dries really straight and you can do really anything you want with it. It's just sometimes if you get that curly hair and you're always wanting to straighten it out and like give it like a nice blowout, this one you won't have to worry. This one air dries straight. It's premium Chinese hair quality. So if you are a white girl like me, this should match your hair texture really well for the most part. And hello, Natural Oatmeal. And Sarah, hi. So you will probably love this new hair texture. I haven't washed this one yet, which always really will show you the true texture is after it's washed. But I can tell you either way, it is so soft, so buttery soft, especially for such a long length. A lot of times, this one is 17 inches. A lot of times when you get into like 16, 17 inch toppers, or wigs, the hair tangles so easily. And I have been wearing this one around and it hasn't tangled at all. So I think that you'll love that feature in the hair texture. Hello. Oh, glad I waited to order. This might be my perfect topper. Typical tresses. I'm so happy to hear it. Hello. Good morning, Anna. Thanks for being here. So this one, if you missed it, is the Vianne topper. It's from their Origin collection. And this color is Champagne Glow Brown. I always second guess myself. I have to check my notes. Let me show you what kind of topper this is though. Oh, hello, Carlota. I'm so happy you're on. So this is a silk top. What's lovely about a silk top is that there are no visible knots. So I'll show you like a lace or a monotop here in a little bit and you can kind of compare, but silk tops are like, that's the crowning glory of a silk top is that there are no visible knots. So this is actually fabric, but it looks just like skin. Okay. The other nice thing about a silk top is that if you like something that is sleeker and maybe a little bit flatter at the roots, silk tops work really well for that and they don't have any like poofiness, fluffiness, because they don't have any shorter hairs. Like this is layered, but there are no shorter return hairs. So I want to see if I can illustrate this. Again, I'm going to compare it to something else later, but other than the layers that are cut into this, most toppers will have some shorter layers that sit or some shorter hairs that are about like this long. And they just make it a little more poofy. If you like a lot of volume, that's a good thing. If you don't, it's a bad thing. So silk tops don't have any of those shorter hairs. And that just really gives it like the sleekest possible texture. You love the color, Luca? It's so beautiful, isn't it? Thank you guys. I have short, thin, and fine hair. My hair is light brown with some gray. Do you have toppers for short hair? So almost all of their toppers come in shorter lengths as well. So make sure that you check what length options they have. You can always cut them. But yeah, they do have shorter lengths. I think this one comes in 13 inches. And if you have, did you say medium? Oh, light brown with some gray. You may want to start with a blonde. They've got some like an ashy blonde. I'm trying to remember the number. Or the ivory cream blonde, I think is the color. It's like an ashy blonde in this Vianne topper. And that would probably be a good base for you. You may have to have a custom color done, but I would start with an ashy blonde base if I were you. Hello. Hi, you guys. Oh, thank you. You can call me queen any day of the week. I'm so glad you love the hair. It is so pretty. Now, there's another cool thing about this topper before we move on, and I'll kind of compare and contrast it. Can you guys hear and see me okay? It says that my connection is kind of poor, but I don't know why, because I have great internet here. So hopefully everything was working. Oh, it's clear? Okay, good. Thank you. Can you compare this color and mousse brown? Absolutely, I will, Carlota. Give me 1 second. So I wanted to show you the cap of this because it is a silk top. Silk tops tend to be just a little bit heavier, but check it out. This one does not have a comb or clips in the front. And I didn't know if it would be like secure enough, but it actually is. I'm, again, as always, really impressed. All of Uniwig's toppers also come with little loops for to use a halo wire, and we'll talk about that in a little bit as well. But that's a nice feature because if you know that any clips in the front tend to take the brunt of the weight and can be damaging sometimes depending on how much hair you have and what kind of topper you have. But when they don't have anything in the front, but they still sit flat, that is like a winning feature. So I love this topper for that. I have frontal fibrosing alopecia and was wondering if you guys carry the topper that covers only the very front. You're talking about the hairline topper. Yes, Uniwig's does have a hairline topper. They have a couple of different ones because they're different widths, I think. So yeah, I think they're called Evelyn and Harper. If you search for that on their website, you can see both of those and decide which one would work for you. Oh, low-key kind of Kaylee. I don't know how to say her last name from The Big Bang Theory. I don't know how to pronounce her last name, but thank you. Oh, I will take that compliment 100 times over. So thanks for that. Love no comb, Lisa. Me too. Yes, will it fit snugly to your head? See, look how flat it's sitting. Hi, Patty. Hey, long time no chat. How are you? See, look how flat it sits. There's no lift there, even without a comb or a clip. So absolutely gorgeous. I'm so excited that you're on. Thanks, Patty. You're welcome, Luca. Can you use a halo wire with this? Yes, Lisa. They should come pre-installed with the little loops. This is the color Champagne Glow Brown. Yep. You're going to watch me check that every single time until I get used to it. I'm used to all of their older colors, but this is a new one. So Champagne Glow Brown, it is a dimensional, like medium brown, but it's an ashier tone. So it's got these blonde highlights, but they're more of an ashy blonde. So they're not super yellow. They've got more white than yellow, if that makes sense. Are they planning to come in darker brown color? Yes, they have a darker one called Desert Sand Brown. And it's very similar to this, but I think it's a warmer tone and it's a little darker, I believe. So check out Penny. Yes, thank you. Penny is her name from the Big Bang Theory. But make sure when you check out the new Vianne topper that you check out the Isabella Origin wig as well. Check out their different colors. There's 4 of them. There's like an ashy and a warm blonde and an ashy and a warm brown. So they're really good bases. Even if it's too light or if you don't love the blonde in it, you could always have this colored by a stylist to match your color. Just make sure you're getting the right tone to start. If you are more of an ashy color, you want to start with an ashy base. Or if you're more of a warm color, start with a warm base. You'd like to buy this one. So check it out. Uniwigs had it linked, but if you can't find the link, just search Vianne, Vianne, on their website, Vianne, and it should pop up. The base size on this is 8 1/4 by 8 1/2, which is kind of a bizarre sizing, but it's 8 1/4 inch across and 8 1/2 going back. So it's actually a very large topper, but the density is lower. So it's similar in size to the Savannah, but it's a lower density, like significantly lower density. It doesn't have near as much hair as the Savannah. And the texture is completely different, remember? Oh, dark brown like the espresso. So they don't have their regular colors in these Origin pieces right now. They have their 4 new colors that are just really good bases to kind of get all the others. I have an Aura 14-inch that I can't copy how you style your face frame wave. Can you show how to curl it wave like yours? Yeah, sure, Dreamy Moose. You have the Aura. So my Aura currently is air dried curly, but let's pull it out. Let's pull that one out. And if I can't show you on that one, I'll show you on a different one. Can you color them to make it darker? Yes, you can absolutely color these darker, but you don't want to highlight them. So that's really important to remember. That's why you want to start with something that's on the lighter end, because you can always make it darker, but you can't make it lighter, okay? Okay, I'm going to show you the Aura topper, and then I will show you how to style the face framing layers. Like I said, mine is air dried wavy right now. This is Burmese hair. So if you're familiar, most Uniwigs toppers, except for that Origin collection, are Burmese hair, which is air dries wavy like this. Super pretty if you like the wave. If you don't like the wave, you can straighten this. You can give it kind of like I have this one with the right part. You can give it like a blowout or curl it, but you'll want to probably straighten out some of the waves first. So this is, sorry, let me show you this. This is a skin top, similar to a silk top. So no knots, no visible knots, which is nice. But this one is actually thinner. The cap's a little thinner, but it is kind of plasticky. So it doesn't really affect anything. It looks normal. It just has a little bit of a different feel to it. It's a different material. But it's a very similar, it's 7.5 by 7.5. And it's even lower density. This is 110%. However, the texture of this one, because it's got that wave, it looks a lot fluffier than that Vianne topper is going to look if you style it straight. This is like that wet hair look. I don't even remember what product. I've been trying all different products with curly hair and wavy hair. But yeah, we can actually just straighten out the bangs and do this. The side swept kind of curtain bangs, and we'll style that one. And the color on this one is truffle brown. This is the Upgrade Aura Skin Top. You like this one? It's a good one. You love that look, Lisa? It's fun. And this one's long. This is an 18-inch, but it measures like closer to 20, I think. It's really fun. Okay, should we style? Should we do the I won't be able to straighten everything in the time we have, but I could show you how to get, in the picture, I'm pointing at myself, in the in the sticker that they put up, you can see the bangs are going like this, away from the face. They're longer kind of curtain bangs, and I'll show you how to style those. Should we do that real quick? Again, you guys have no idea how much versatility every topper has. Really depends on how you have it cut, how you style it. Most toppers from Uniwigs now come with some face framing layers. Like that Vianne topper, I have not had it cut at all. So it's exactly how it came, which used to not be the case. So I love that they're doing that now. It makes it a lot easier to be able to kind of wear it out of the box. It usually needs a little bit of styling, but some people can get away with not having it cut at all. I normally have all of my pieces cut, but like this Aura topper, I have had cut. So if you don't have it cut exactly the same way, you probably won't be able to get the exact same results with the bangs. So I'm going to repart this to a middle part because that is how I get the curtain bangs to do what I want them to do. I'm just wetting it. Most of these toppers, again, are they have versatile parting, which means you can part them anywhere on the top. You can do a middle part, a left part, a right part. You just have to usually get the roots wet like that to get it to move, to repart, because it doesn't like to do it on its own. So I'm switching this to a middle part. This is going to be crazy. It's going to get really frizzy because I'm screwing up all the curls, but that's okay. It's worth it. We gotta show you how to do this. So I don't know if you can see here. This is where I have those shorter layers right there in the front. I believe they hit about, I don't know. We'll see after I put it on. Slip tops look warmer than Airy Elegance, even though it's 120% density, 110% density, still a warmer top. Yes, it is. Thank you for pointing that out, Julie. The density is, it's not, I don't want to say it's misleading. It's confusing. A lot of people want to judge how much hair is going to be on a topper just by going by the density, but there's so many other factors. How large the cap is, what kind of cap it is, what kind of texture the hair has. Even if it has a lower density, like I said, this one has a lower density than the Vianne topper, but it actually feels like a lot more hair because it has a fluffier texture. It's got this wavy texture that has some natural frizz. All right, so I've wet the bangs and a little bit of just the front pieces. And here's the trick. I don't know if this is gonna work because this has a ton of product in it, but we're gonna try. I'm just going to use a metal round brush and I'm gonna flip it up like this. Okay, and then using my hair dryer, I'm just going to, you're heating up the metal round brush. And what that does is it smooths out the hair, but it also kind of curls it, just like a curling iron would. Oops, we got pins popping out. If you don't have one of these cork heads, you need one, I promise. The only downside is these pins don't like to stick very well. There we go. We're getting somewhere. I switched from T-pins to these quilting pins. They're so much more gentle on the toppers, but they do not stay put. Okay, I'm going to do that again. And I have this little concentrator attachment on the end of the hairdryer, and that helps keep the air going in the exact direction you want it. So when I do that, that's how you're going to get the curtain bang look. You see that? So if that doesn't work, or if you have a hard time with a round brush, my cheat trick, I really think this does the best job, but if you want a shortcut or a hack, or I don't know what you want to call it. Some people just hate using a round brush and a hairdryer, so I get it. So if you want a cheat, use a really big curling iron. Let me show you what one I use a lot. Sorry, I'm trying not to get too much hair, but I'm basically taking the bangs and a little bit of the side pieces. Okay. A curling iron like this big. So this is 2 inches. This is from Hot Tools. And you can use a curling iron like this. So, you're basically just doing the same thing. And I just kind of like wrap it around like this and just slide it through. If you have hot rollers, it also helps, or I mean Velcro rollers, you can wrap this in a roller while it cools, and that will keep the curl a little better. But once it cools, you get the same kind of look. Makes sense? I don't remember who asked for this little tutorial, but let me know if that was helpful. So that's the Upgrade Aura Topper, and I had my stylist add the longer curtain bangs in this, but I'll put it on so you can see what it looks like after that. The top's a little wet. Remember, the front's gonna look kind of frizzy right now because curls don't like you to mess with them. Oops, it's all crooked. How does the density of the Vianne feel in comparison to the density of the Breeze? It's a lot less hair. Significantly less. I'll show you the Breeze here in a minute, but I think it might be the same density, but it feels like less to me. Okay, see that? Look how pretty. Little styling hack for you. What is your recommendation for someone with a high forehead, thin front hair, and no bio hair to blend in front? That's when I would do a lace front. So I can show you one of those next. They have they have several lace fronts, but the 2 I have that I can show you are the Airy Elegance and the Breeze. And they are identical, they're just different in size. They have the lace front option and the closed lace option. And I know that gets confusing, so let's talk about it. Whoa, I got toppers falling everywhere. Okay, let me show you first the Airy Elegance because it's smaller. Oh, there's my halo wire. You guys, I was panicking before I got on here because I could not find my halo wire and I knew I was going to have to show you. So I found it. Okay, it was on a different topper. Oh, also another hack. If your hair gets staticky like this, you need some leave-in conditioner that you can spray in. Something that's lightweight. You don't want it to like weigh the hair down a ton, but it gets rid of static like nothing else. See that? Beautiful. Okay. So let me show you, this is what I would do if you have a receding hairline and you don't have really any hair to blend. You want a lace front because that's going to allow you to recreate a hairline for yourself. Okay. Love this. Thanks for showing your styling hacks. Of course, Laura, I'm so happy it's helpful. So this, sorry, ignore the pink. These are supposed to be brown. I sewed them in myself and I didn't have brown, but normally the Unoix toppers come with them sewn in. Yes, I'll show you the closed lace topper as soon as I show you this one first. So this is the Airy Elegance. It's a little bit smaller than the Breeze by like 2 inches. So it's 6.5 inches wide, 7 inches from front to back. This lace will come long and then you trim it back like this. Normally, to get the most secure fit with this, you're going to want to glue it down. I almost always do a little glue tutorial while I'm on here at the end. If we have time, I'll do that. But you can also just use the halo wire. So I told you guys I would show you what that looks like. This is a halo wire. Hold on. So like I said, all the Uniwigs toppers come with these little loops and a removable halo wire. And this is so genius. Like, you hardly ever see this from other brands. And I've loved it about Uniwigs from the beginning. So it'll look like this, usually in a little packet. And it's just like a stretchy string, like this, like a little kind of rubbery string, and like a little bra hook on each end. You see that? And then it's got these little metal beads so that you can adjust the tension. And I'll show you. You're going to put it on your topper, adjust the tension to fit your head, kind of like pull it because it's adjustable. Pull it till the tension is good, and then just cut off the excess. And it should stay that size so that you can put it on your topper, or you can take it off whenever you want. And what it does is it's going to make it more secure and keep your topper flatter without requiring the security of the front clips most of the time. So especially for a lace front topper, if you don't want to glue it, and everyone's head shape is a little bit different, so you have to kind of play around with this. But if you don't want to glue it, a lot of times most people can get away with just using the halo wire and getting it to sit flat enough. The thing is, regular lace fronts, the lace is so delicate and so light that it's not going to sit flat on its own. So like if I were to just clip this in like this, I think I'm just going to clip it like that. That's what it's going to look like. And that doesn't look real, right? So what you're going to want to do is try that's why gluing it is important, or you can try the halo wire. So you're going to pull your hair up out of the way like I just did. And you guys, one thing that I am so anal about is keeping the clips closed, like always. I only open the clips as I'm attaching them one at a time. Okay, so I got the halo wire. You're going to face it away from you. Touch this to your forehead, and then this goes around the nape of your neck like that. And mine's already adjusted, so it fits my neck well. My head well. And I'm going to let the rest of my hair down. Flip the topper back. And you don't want any hair out in the front, okay? You just want that lace to be touching your forehead. See how much flatter it is now with the halo wire? And then you can still use the clips if they're comfortable, if you have hair to clip into. If not, usually the halo wire is enough as long as you clip in the back clips, okay? This color, somebody wanted me to compare the mousse brown with that other one. Oh, I had this glued down last time, so it's a little wonky here in the front. Let's fix that real quick. So this is mousse brown. This is the color mousse brown, and then I'll show you compared to that new champagne glow brown here in a second. So I'm just going to do that same thing I was showing you on the other one to fix the front here because I had this one glued down last time. There we go. Now it looks a little more normal. Okay. So Airy Elegance, this is the lace front option. And like I said, no hair blended in the front. And if you do have a hairline, you can still wear this. It just needs to sit in front of your hairline like mine is right now. If you glue this down, it will be even more secure and more invisible. It just really melts into your skin. But with the halo wire, you don't have to. You can also pull out a little bit of hair like around your face, underneath that wire like this. Kind of like your sideburn area. It just blends really well. This is like my number one favorite topper. This one and the lace front breeze topper. Like I said, they're identical. They just, there we go. I got a hair stuck under there. They're identical. They're just different sizes. I love them for updos. Like ponytails. They're just like the perfect ponytail topper. And when I glue it down, it is so secure and looks so natural. Do you love it? Lisa, yes, close your clips. I'm glad I'm not the only one. I'm so anal about it. Okay, look how cute. So right now you can see the halo wire. I probably wouldn't wear the halo wire if I was wearing it up, or I would sandwich it in between my hair. So I would pull out like a little layer of hair down here to then put up over the halo wire to hide it. But my head's really flat, so the halo wire is probably not going to stay if I don't wear it all the way down. So if I was going to wear it up, I normally would glue it, and then I wouldn't need the halo wire. But isn't that so cute in a ponytail? Such a good updo topper. I don't know about you guys, but I never had a cute ponytail. Never. Not even before my hair fell out. I always had really thin, crappy hair, and I just never wore it in a ponytail because it looked so sad. You love it. Love the layers. The layers are so fun too. This one, again, came with some layers, but I had my stylist add a little bit more. So these are, yeah, like chin-ish length. I think a lot of mine are about chin length. And then when you curl them, you know, they usually hit kind of like right here at my cheekbones. And just, you know, word to the wise, these kind of curtain bangs are so flattering if you are trying to draw attention to your cheekbones. They just really like give you this kind of horizontal line here to give the eye something to look at. And it's super flattering, especially if you've lost some of the volume in your face. You know, as we age, a lot of times our face kind of thins out. Sometimes we look a little bit gaunt. This helps. I mean, I'm not looking gaunt. I'm just saying that if you feel gaunt, this can really help. Yes, the part line on this. So let me show you. And this is a good time to compare what the top looks like. So this is the part line of a lace top topper. It's going to have some visible knots unless the hair is blonde at the root. And that in that case, they're a lot less noticeable. The darker the knots are, the more noticeable they are. There are ways to kind of camouflage this, but I'm going to be completely honest. I just don't. I genuinely feel like this, see, because I have dark hair underneath that lace, it kind of just disappears. Like this is really a normal, reasonable distance that you're going to be from somebody. And I promise you it is not noticeable. It's just not. So I used to camouflage them with like makeup, and I just don't anymore because I feel like that almost calls more attention to it. And when they kind of just disappear into your hair, they're less noticeable. Laura, does Uniwigs have toppers that have pre-cut bangs, not curtain bangs though? I think they might have one or two of them, but you can cut bangs into any of them. So I think like the amber might have an option with bangs. So I was going to show you this compared to this other color as well. Oh, and the top. Sorry. This is the silk top. This is the Vianne. See how there's no noticeable knots? Like they're completely invisible because they're sewn through this fabric that looks like skin. And this one, they're a little more noticeable, but they kind of just like you don't even see the part. Okay, I want you to pay attention to this, and then I'll put a silk top back on. But like this is just kind of gone. Like you just don't really see the part. And if I were to put this on, you can really see it. Does that make sense? So it's just, I don't know, two different ways. But this is not calling attention to it, which is the good news. Color comparison. The one I have on is Moose Brown, which is a little warmer than this one. Yes, the amber topper has pre-cut bangs. Thanks for linking it, Uniwigs. So this is the Champagne Glow Brown. It's a little ashier. This one's a little warmer. It's kind of hard to tell in this lighting, but I can definitely tell a difference in person. Yeah, this is another Moose Brown. So this has got a lot more highlights in it. It's lighter as well. Make sense? What is the proper way to measure my bio hair to know how long of a topper I need to order? Ooh, I love this question because it can be confusing because every company does it a little different. And I don't know if Uniwigs, I don't know, you guys, you'll have to let us know, Uniwigs, if you're changing the way you're measuring them. I don't think so. Okay, perfect. Let me show you. I'm going to take this one off. Remember, this is the Airy Elegance lace front. I'm going to put that Vianne topper back on real quick, and then I will show you the closed lace version of this one, okay, and the breeze as well. But I think the length question is a really good one. Oh no, what did I do? Oh, I'm pulling it out the wrong way. Okay. The length question is a really good one because basically most Uniwigs toppers are going to measure a little longer than they say if you're measuring the way I'm going to show you, okay? When you're measuring your bio hair length, you want to part it down the middle and take a tape measure, start in at the middle right here, and then just like hug the side of your head. Don't pull it out, just pull it kind of straight down. Find the longest layer all the way to the tips. Whoops. Mine is about 15 inches. Okay. Now, you want to order probably, it's better to have your topper a little bit longer than, you don't want it to get there and be too short because obviously you can cut it if you need to. But let me put this one on. This is the Vianne topper that I had on earlier. It is 17 inches. If you're looking at the options, it's the longest length they have. But you can probably already tell it's longer than 17 inches if I measure it the same way, because it's definitely longer than 2 inches than my bio hair. See where my bio hair stops? And let's measure this one in the same way. So middle part, all the way to the tips, about right there. It's like 19 inches, okay? So just keep in mind, they're usually an inch or two longer. It's the way that they measure it. They measure the strands instead of the middle part to the tips, which is how they come. It's how most toppers come, like from the factory. But depending on what company you go with, some of them do this measurement after they get them and give you that measurement. Uniwigs is usually a little bit longer than it says. So hopefully that helped. This topper is the Vianne topper from their Origin collection. It launches tomorrow. And it's the color Champagne Glow Brown. But the one I had on before that is the Airy Elegance, the lace front version. You're welcome, Carlota. I'm happy it's helpful. Yes, this is real hair. All of these pieces, they do have synthetic options, but all of the ones I'm showing you tonight are all human hair. So you can color them, you can color them darker, you can style them however you want, hot tools, just like your bio hair. It's so nice. I even cut bangs in my Airy Elegance, the Cali Blonde, and another one in Butterfly Blonde. Ooh, good job, Julie. I would love to see them. I love bangs. I love cutting bangs into some of my toppers, especially if you are worried at all about the hairline. So let me show you an example of that, and this will show you the Breeze, and then we'll move on to the closed lace ones, okay? This is the Breeze, the lace front version of it. Just like that one I just had on a minute ago, the Airy Elegance, this is just the larger version of it. It's 2 inches bigger. It still has that lace front. I told you I cut once I got it. It also, you can use a halo wire. It's got the little loops, and I do use a halo wire normally. I let this one air dry with a little bit of product to make it kind of wavy. It still feels a little bit damp because I washed it today, because I wore it hiking the other day and I sweat in it a lot. So this one I do have bangs cut in. I just haven't styled them today, but we could style them real quick if my curling iron's still on. So the back of this is a little bit damp, but the front is okay. So I feel like we could style the bangs. So remember, anytime, actually, I'm going to take it off my head because I'm going to spray on it. And I don't want to spray in my eyes. These are a little bit different bangs. I talk a lot about curtain bangs, and most of my toppers have curtain bangs cut into them. But this one is what I call a wispy bang. And my stylist cut these for me. It's just a really light bang, but they're so cute. So I'm going to show you how to style them. So I'm going to pin it real quick. And again, normally I would do this with a hairdryer, but I don't want to mess up the curls, because like I said, they don't like you to blow air on them. It's just going to mess them up. So I'm just going to pull out these bangs. There we go. And then I'm going to use a little bit of heat protectant. So remember, this is human hair, but it's processed. It's been colored for sure, almost always. So I'm using a heat protectant. This is the Moroccan Oil Perfect Defense. This is my favorite one I've been using on dry hair, okay? I'm just gonna spray this on the bangs because I'm gonna use a curling iron on them. And heat protectant is super important to keep the health of your topper's hair or wig. You guys know when I say toppers, I'm also talking about wigs, right? Okay, I'm pulling out these little shorties that are all part of the bangs. I'm mixing them up. Some of them are shorter and some of them are longer, but we're gonna run that giant curling iron through them, okay? Now, when using a curling iron, you don't need it super hot. I usually get it, like this one's at like 320, and that's fine. They're pretty curly. I actually don't want them that curly. I don't want them that curly. So I'm going to take them through one more time. I could use a flat iron to kind of soften them out, but I'm just going to take the curling iron and pull it a little straighter when I pull it out instead of twisting it so that they don't curl so much. How many of you guys like bangs? I know I have clients sometimes who do not want to have to wear bangs, which you shouldn't have to wear bangs, but it's kind of fun to have them as an option. Do they make black curly ones? They do have an off or a natural black color, and just make sure that the description says Burmese hair, and they won't be super, super curly. They're more like this. They're more of like a wave. You can sometimes coax more curl out of them, but the Burmese hair would be the one that you want if that's the kind of texture you're looking for. They don't carry kinky hair as far as I know. Wigs, correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't believe they have kinky hair right now. The Vianne does not come in mousse brown. Nope, it only comes in the 4 new colors. Curtain bangs only for you, Lisa, huh? Okay, but these are cute. I don't know. They're looking weird right now. They probably have, it's because they have product in them. But I do love having like a little bit of a bang. Sometimes you can just go off to the side. Anyway, I'm not doing these justice, but usually they're cute. So just like a wispy bang. And this is great if they don't have to be in your eyeballs, but mine are. This is really great if you are concerned about what the hairline will look like. If it's stressing you out, you feel like you can always see it, or if your topper like just does not sit flat for whatever reason, sometimes cutting bangs is the best thing you can do. It just hides that and you don't have to worry about it. And bangs you never have to have trimmed. You can change how long or short they are by where you clip your topper in. Okay, so bangs are also a good option. And you can have them cut in. But see how like this is so, I need the halo wire to make it sit flat, and then the bangs would look better probably. Or to glue it down. But yeah, that's the Breeze lace front. Yes, it's a 2-inch curling iron. Yep. What is the best brush for styling? Are you talking about the round brush or just like a detangling brush? I have a lot of thoughts on brushes. But I'll show you my favorites, and then I'm going to show you the closed lace toppers. I don't know. I'm not an expert on this kind of brush, but I've had this one forever, since before I've been wearing toppers. It's from Olivia Garden, nanothermic. You just want to make sure it's metal, and I think this one is 1.5 inches, 1.25 inches, maybe. No, 1.5 inches. I'm pretty sure that's what this one is. And then this one, I have so much hair hanging out of this. This is a knockoff of a Mason Pearson brush, which is actually super expensive, like $300. It's by Shash. I don't know. I got this one on Amazon. I really love it though. It's got these like nylon bristles and boar bristles, and it detangles so well. There's also like the Tangle Teaser brush, There's another good detangling brush. So those are a couple that I use every day. Okay. You love bangs, Kimberly? Me too. Where exactly do you hook the wire onto the topper? Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. So they will have these little, there we go. These little loops sewn in to the edge here of the topper, and that's where you hook the little halo wire into. And then you can unhook it if you don't want to wear it. All right, should we look at the closed lace toppers? I know somebody was asking about those. So here's the breeze. I'll show you that one first. Am I wearing color contacts? I am not, but thank you so much. Sometimes it depends on the lighting, but thank you. Okay. I got to stay hydrated or I'll start coughing. Okay. This is the breeze, but the closed lace version. So do you see how this just think of closed lace as it's closed off. It has a seam. It's not going to come extra long where you have to trim it back like on the other ones. This is the closed lace, and this is meant to be blended with some of your hair in the front. You don't have to have a ton of hair because this is going to be it's a super thin cap. That lace is really light, but having that little seam makes it sit a little bit flatter than the raw lace edge does. Okay. So this is the breeze. Again, it's 8.5 by 9 inches. So there's like the 4 toppers. There's the 2 airy elegance and the 2 breeze. The airy elegance is the smaller version. The breeze is the larger version. They have the lace front versions and the closed lace versions. Okay. So I know that sounds like a lot and it's confusing, but just keep that in mind. So this one these are the most seamless blend of any kind of topper because they are so thin and the density is pretty low. I mean, this still has quite a bit of hair on it because it's a larger cap, but see how seamless that blend is? I just need a little bit of hair in the front to blend that in. You can't even tell. You see that? It's beautiful, right? So it sits a lot flatter than the lace front does on its own, but you could also wear this with a halo wire if you wanted. So this one is in the color Truffle Brown. And what's funny is these little highlights, that's my hair. It's not the topper. The topper does not have any highlights in it. It's just kind of a solid, like a darker medium brown. But when you blend the front of your hair in with it, it can look like it has a little bit of highlights on the front if your hair's lighter. Also, if you have grays coming in like around your hairline, it's totally fine to not have gray in your topper. Everybody worries about this. That like, oh, they never sell gray toppers. As long as you're okay with sorry, what am I doing here? My mic is moving. Can you hear me okay? Okay. As long as you're okay with not having gray in all of your topper, if you're okay with it just being around the front where your bio hair is showing, 9 times out of 10, that looks completely natural. Most of us gray in the front first, just naturally. Like you can see people walking down the street all the time who have gray in the front and the rest of their hair is not gray at all. So what I'm saying is that can happen in nature, which is why you can recreate that with the topper and it's fine. Do you love it? I just got the closed lace breeze. Oh, and you love it. I'm so happy. What color did you get? Are knots in the part line less visible on lace or monotop? I'd say it's 6s. I'd feel like they're pretty much the same, honestly. The knots are, because they're both like a fine mesh, the knots are going to be there. But remember how I said earlier, they just kind of disappear, especially if your hair is dark underneath. It just is not drawing attention. As long as this blend looks natural, nobody notices this. But if you're really like hyper aware and you just feel like you're not gonna be able to get through the day with visible knots, then go for a silk top. The silk top's like the Vianne, the Aura topper that's a skin top, the Savannah topper, all of those are silk tops and those have completely invisible knots. I'm thinking about upgraded Courtney. Is it heavy? I don't think it's heavy. I'll show you that one here in just a second. Marla, the Breeze Closed Lace is my fave topper from Uniwigs. I actually wore mine today. Oh, Marla, I love it. You guys, I wore mine on my Valentine's Day date with my husband. And it was this one, but I did like, it was a little bit bouncier because it was freshly styled and now I've brushed through it a lot. But I used Velcro rollers and that giant curling iron. And it was so cute. It was so cute. It's kind of like my dream hair. I like that this has a lot of hair on it. I still feel like it looks like a natural amount, but having more hair gives you so much more versatility if you like a little bit of volume and body to your hair. This one also air dries wavy, so when you blow it out, it still has some really good texture and holds a style well and gives you a lot of bounce and body and volume. So if that's what you like, this is great. If you're going for something that's ultra like low density and like not very much of a change from your bio hair, this one's probably going to feel like overkill. That's when I would say go with the Airy Elegance. But if you're looking for a little bit more hair, more body, more volume, the Breeze is your girl. Also, you want to take into account where your hair loss is and how much of your hair is thinning, because you want to make sure that you're able to clip into healthy areas. So we can talk about sizing here in a minute as well, but I do love this one. Thank you. This is 14 inches. So remember, it says 14 inches, but it actually measures about 16. So I have the Airy 16 inch and it's a little bit shorter than my Upgrade Courtney 16 inch, but it's my pool topper. Oh, cool. I love that. Find the Breeze next. Awesome, Lisa. So here's a little rule of thumb. When it comes to length, remember how we talked about how they measure the strands? If you're going from the middle part to the tips, the rule of thumb is the bigger the cap, the longer it will actually be at the same measurement. So that's why the Airy Elegance is a little bit smaller cap than the Courtney. So it probably is a little bit shorter as well. And the Breeze, which is going to be bigger than both of them, is going to be a little bit longer at the same length. Does that make sense? Okay. All right. So Breeze closed lace. Let me show you the Airy Elegance closed lace, and then I'll show you the Courtney, the upgraded Courtney, because that one is a classic. Not sure, to be honest. They probably do have some men's wigs on their website, but I do not have any to show you. I'm sorry. Okay. Where is my Airy Elegance? Nope. Sorry, give me just a second. I have too many things going on here. Here we go. Okay. This is the Airy Elegance. Remember, this is the smaller one. It's a 6.5 by 7 inch cap. Same thing though. It's got that like closed lace, so it's meant to blend with your bio hair. I think I need to brush this one out. That leave-in conditioner also works really well as just like a detangling spray. So this one's also 16 inches. So it's funny because both of my breezes look identical, and so do my Airy Elegance because they're the same length and color, but one is closed lace and one is lace front. Except for I did have bangs cut into my lace front breeze. So remember, this one is going to, oh, thanks Uniwigs. They have linked the men's wigs section. Thank you. This one is also going to sit just slightly behind my hairline so I can blend my own bio hair in with it. And this one is going to be a lot less hair because it's 2 inches smaller all the way around. So it is a little bit less of a transition or a transformation. I think this is such a good starter topper, like just for the record. If you are terrified of trying a topper, you're terrified it's going to look crazy and everyone's going to know that it looks very different on you, this one is one of my favorites for beginners because it's still a good size. I consider this like a medium size. Which I rarely recommend small toppers, just so you know. It has to be for somebody specific. Most women that I work with have hair loss, and so usually they're going to want something a little bit bigger. So usually this is such a good size to start with, 6.5 by 7. I have to run an errand. Will I be able to rewatch this later? And this is so informative to me. I needed this right now. I drove Saturday to a Lauren Ashton pop-up and it felt like a bad dream. Oh no, Jennifer. Girl, I'm so sorry. I think they will have this on their website so you can watch the replay. Yes. And I'm so sorry for your terrible experience. I don't think you're alone in that though. Can you show us a monotop and espresso color? Gigi, I actually don't have one that's in the espresso color, but I'm going to show you the Courtney here in just a second, and that one is a monotop. So I will show you that. I just realized I have not shown you guys the back of like any of these. So this is the back of the Airy Elegance. Now this one, you're cutting it close when it comes to adding length. I think this is another thing to talk about because sometimes people just want to match their bio hair length, and this one would work great for that. If you want to wear it longer than your bio hair, because it is about 2 inches longer than my bio hair, probably, you can get away with like a couple of inches normally. But if it was a huge difference, if my hair was like up to here and then I tried to wear this one, you would see a lot through the ends. My bio hair would stick out a lot and it would be pretty noticeable probably. If you want to add length with a topper, you're going to want to go with something that's thicker through the ends. That Vianne topper would work really well. The Breeze topper would work really well. Something that has a little bit more hair. Otherwise, you're just going to have these really stringy ends hanging out. Okay. Do you have burgundy color? No, but you could probably custom color a blonde to a really pretty burgundy color. That sounds like a lot of fun. I always want to try vivid colors, and I'm always just like too chicken. Okay. Any questions about this one? You can also wear this again with the halo wires, and especially because everyone's head shape is a little different. If your topper is not sitting flat on you, try the halo wire because a lot of times it will pull it just a little bit flatter. And I've heard a lot of people have a lot of luck with that. They sit plenty flat on me, but I just have a weird flat head both in the front and on top. My head is shaped like a box. Which topper style is it? The one I just showed you is the closed lace Airy Elegance. All right, let me show you the Courtney, shall I? Here it is. Okay, the Courtney is a mono. So let's look at the difference between lace and mono. This is lace. So it's very breathable. The holes are a little bit bigger than a mono. A mono is just more reinforced. It's still transparent. It still has like, you can see through it, right? But it's just more reinforced. So it's heavier duty. It's going to be more durable than lace. I'm so happy it's helpful. Thanks, you guys. I'm considering ordering the upgraded Courtney Monotop. Oh yes, here I am demoing it. Yep. The density of the Airy Elegance is 120%. And yes, moose brown. You love your upgraded Courtney. You have 4, Lisa? Oh my, I love it. Cost is going to vary depending on the color that you choose, the length, and the piece. So there's a lot of variability in the cost. I would say, though, that most of the pieces on the Uniwigs website are under $1,000, which is, I know that's not nothing, but it is super affordable if you're looking at other reputable places. Okay, so Courtney, like I said, it's a monotop. It also has, ignore this, I colored on it. I was experimenting. This is a PU strip. And so monotops will have a PU strip, which is like, it's what holds it together and keeps it intact. Again, super durable. But the lace, the closed lace just has this really like, it's just a seam. It's not, I don't even know how they seal this, but it's very thin and it's not plasticky or rubbery or silicone at all. And this is, okay, so that's the difference between mono and lace. But on both of them, you're going to have slightly visible knots, okay? These knots, the density in this one is a little bit higher. It's 130%. So the knots are going to be closer together than on the Airy Elegance and the Breeze. I have one blonde one. I'll show you here in just a second, Pamela. Okay. So this one is 7 by 8 inch cap. Oops, it's a right part. So I need to move my part. That's one of my tricks with blending. I like to line up my parts. You have it. You have the platinum, or I'm sorry, you have the Courtney and you love it too? Oh, I'm so glad. So one thing about the Courtney is it is a little bit bigger cap. And it's a higher density than like the Breeze. And the Breeze is a larger cap than the Courtney. I'm getting really confusing right now, aren't I? I'm trying to simplify this. Just know that for some people, the Courtney feels like a lot of hair. That's all I want to say. For a lot of people, it feels just fine. Like, part of the reason is because it has a smaller hand-tied area. And so most of this topper is wefting, which lays flat to your head. So even though it's more hair, it doesn't like poof out a lot. Does that make sense? The Breeze has a larger hand-tied area. And so you're going to see like more volume and lift and kind of like a little bit more bulk through here. This one lays flatter to your head, kind of like the Airy Elegance, but this one's a little bit bigger cap. Does that make sense? And this one is also the Moose Brown. Can you tell me again before I leave exactly which one you're wearing right now? This is the Upgrade Courtney, 16 inches in Moose Brown. Does it come in a silk topper? The closest to this one in a silk topper would be either the Upgrade Aura, which is a little lower in density, or the Vianne topper that I was showing you in the beginning. Wish they offered curly toppers. I know. I would message them and see what they can get for you. They can do custom orders, and they're usually really good about working with you on what you need. Lisa, you got me started on toppers. Started buying them last year. Followed you for 2 years before I purchased my toppers. Thanks. I have so much more confidence. Oh my gosh. I want to wrap up this comment and like give it to everybody in a wrapped box. Thank you so much, Lisa. That makes me so happy. I have so much more confidence. Girl, I'm right there with you. I wish you guys could have seen me before. I was such a wallflower, and I've always had kind of an outgoing personality, but really when my hair started falling out, my confidence took such a hit. I just kind of wanted to be invisible all the time. And that's just not like me. I normally love people. I'm pretty gregarious. And then, when my hair was falling out, my whole personality changed. So I finally found myself again, and I have hair to thank for that. As shallow as that may feel, it's the truth. So I'm not sugarcoating anything. I'm not going to lie to you and tell you that like, I'm just confident just because I am. No, hair is a huge part of my confidence. So I'm right there with you, Lisa. I'm so proud of you. Okay, let me show you the back of this one. This one you can usually add length with, okay? Because it's a little bit higher in density. So I usually do fine with this one to add a little bit of length. My mom is like super, super tender-headed. And if you've ever seen any of the videos with her, she's always such a trooper. I never want to clip in a topper on her because I'm always terrified it's going to hurt because her head is so sensitive. And she was wearing a little bit smaller topper for years. And then when her hair loss was like at its peak, she lost like more hair with medication. And so we got her this one and she was like, oh my gosh, that is so comfortable because it's bigger. So let's talk about sizing while I have this out, because you really want to pay attention to where you're going to have healthy hair to clip into. This is how I measure. Again, everybody kind of has their own process, but usually you're going to want to part your hair down the middle probably, which if you have like female pattern baldness, like I do, like androgenic alopecia normally, is usually the bulk of your thinning is happening through the crown, through the top. And I mean, if you have frontal fibrosing alopecia, you're going to know that you're going to need a lace front if you want to recreate a hairline for yourself. But what I like to do is take a tape measure, and I will just kind of like, sometimes it's easier to take a picture first of the top of your head or have somebody help you. But you want to kind of look at like, where does your hair start to thicken up slightly? My hair is thin all over my head. Okay, like it's always been thin, and then after hair loss, it got thinner. So I have to just kind of make a judgment call about where is it thinnest. And I'm going to measure the area that's thinnest, and where it starts to kind of thicken up for me is usually about right here. I'm just guessing because I can't see myself right now. But normally about through there is where I feel like my hair starts to thicken up slightly. So I'm just going to kind of measure that. Probably. And that's about 5 inches. So I normally want to stay above that if I can. I'll just tell you, I normally don't wear anything smaller than 6 inches because it gives me a little bit of space on the sides where my hair is just slightly thicker and stronger. Right through here, I even have like, what do they call that? Like miniaturizing follicles, where your hair is just super fine. And that's how all this hair is through here. It is very fine, but my hair gets a little bit coarser on the sides. And so that's another thing to take into account. If your hair is really fine, or if you have like cotton candy hair through here and you're wearing like a 2-inch topper, I mean, you are going to wreak havoc on your hair. It's not strong enough to hold up to the clips. You can try like a halo wire, but those small toppers for somebody with hair loss are just like usually not a good idea. So a 6-inch topper or larger for most people, that's what I consider a medium. I feel like is such a good place to start. And then, you can go up to like 9 inches, 10 inches. And the lower you go, usually the more comfortable it is to clip into. The other thing, why don't I smack myself in the face? The other thing to pay attention to is kind of to have an idea of where the clips are going to sit. Now, they're not always going to sit perfectly. If you measure 6 inches, they're not always going to sit perfectly at 6 inches. Sometimes they're a little bit closer together, kind of moving up the perimeter of the cap. So if the top are 6 inches, the clips might be about 5 inches. I don't know. You're just kind of guessing, but you don't want to be clipping in like if you have like these receding temple, like if your hair is I have just like a million little baby hairs through here. I don't want to be clipping into that either if I can avoid it. I either want to be clipping on top of it or below it. And the last thing I'm going to tell you about that is a lot of times you can move the clips. If they're not in a comfortable spot, but the cap size is good, just move them. You can move them closer together. You can move them a little further down. I've done that 100 times over. You can use the halo wire to help keep it on. And sometimes you don't even need these side clips. So just experiment and know that, having a decent idea of kind of how small you can go is a good thing to take into account. What you recommend for someone who has dark hair but would like a balayage that would work? Ooh, the Dodger girl. Yes. I'm trying to think I don't think I have an example on a Uniwigs topper. But basically you would want to you probably could start with like, depending on how balayage you want it, you could probably start with something like a mousse brown. Let me see. Depending on how much blonde you want in it. Start with whatever color is closest, but lighter, okay? Because remember, you can't bleach it. So I've done this before. My very first topper was blonde. I'm talking this blonde. And that's exactly what I wanted I wanted dark brown with blonde highlights. So my stylist was like, just get the blonde. She colored it with low lights and a dark root and completely transformed it. It looked like a dark brown with blonde highlights. Now, if you do that, you're going to have a color refresh every so often because your color's going to fade. But that's really the best way to do it. If you can get a little closer to your color by going with like a medium brown with highlights, or they actually have a dark caramel in some of their toppers, and that's like a dark brown with highlights, that's a good place to start. But just make sure that the canvas that you start with is not too dark and that has the level of blonde that you want. Because remember, you can't lighten, okay? So that's how I would do that. Waiting for curly ones. Yorkie lover, did you talk to them? I wonder if they could get a curly one, maybe. Can you show it up close? You have to remind me which one you want me to show up close. I'm sorry, I've been kind of throwing them around. Somebody was asking about blondes though, so let me show you this color. She was asking about a platinum blonde. This is really close to a platinum blonde, but it is the vanilla butter blonde. It's an ashy blonde. It's still got some really pretty dimension in it, so it's not just like a flat color. And it has a little bit of a darker root, but it's not a super dark one. So this is a really pretty color. My sister wears this color and she loves it. A really popular blonde. Oh my gosh, I thought I smelled something burning. It's my curling iron. Would any topper work for swimming? Okay, here's my take on swimming. If I'm going to be at the pool, at the beach, a lot of times I will wear something I can pull up. So again, if I know I'm going to be there and it's worth it to me, I will glue down a lace front like this or that other one, and I will usually pull it up on top of my head, whether it's in like a clip or a bun or even just a ponytail, something to keep it off my neck. When I do that, I feel completely comfortable. I can play in the pool or in the water. I just don't normally go underwater with a topper on. You can. It's not going to be the end of the world if somebody dunks you and you have a topper on. It's most likely it's not going to like fall off or anything like that. The problem is I don't want to have to wash it, and the chlorine or the salt water can be really hard on human hair. So I just like don't feel like it's worth it. If I was going to wear a topper swimming, I would probably wear a cheap one or like a synthetic one or like an old one, and I would wear it pulled back into like a low ponytail or a braid or something to keep it from getting all messed up in the water. Also, I feel like the drag of the water is going to pull on the clips. So I don't think that would be comfortable, which is why if you wore something underwater, again, I would put it in like a low ponytail or something to keep the clips from shifting. Like I said, it's probably not going to come off or something horrible like that won't happen, most likely. It just could get uncomfortable. So that's what I would do as far as swimming goes. But most of the time, if you just like want to be around the water or in the water, but not under the water, just getting your hair up off your neck is usually enough. So that's my take on that. The topper of the blonde, this is the upgrade Courtney. So this is another one of the Courtney ones. I can put this one on, but it does not match my hair. But it's like mermaid hair. It's so long and pretty. I just have this one sitting here in my office all the time for demo purposes, but because I inevitably, when I do these lives, I will get somebody be like, why don't you ever have any blondes? I'm like, because I'm not a blonde. I still have the tag on it. Anyway, we'll check that out. Isn't that pretty? It's so long and pretty. I don't even know what length this is. It probably says it on here. 20 inches. So it probably measures like at least 22. Vanilla Butter Blonde is the name of this color. Greetings from Dubai. Nice to see you. Thanks for joining us tonight. Mono versus lace, pros and cons, and why one over the other. Wobbly wheat, love your questions. Okay, so lace and mono are they're so similar in the construction. I don't feel like they're going to look super different on the part line because they're both going to have like some visible knots. I think lace is more breathable. So if you're really worried about heat, lace can be nice because the holes in it are just a little bigger than the mono. So this one is mono, this one is lace. So the holes are a little bit bigger. Lace is more fragile, so it's more delicate. Like you can tell this is a lace front, but you can see it start to fray where it's been cut. The mono is so much more durable because number one, it's got that PU strip around the edge, remember, that holds it together. So it keeps it from fraying and kind of falling apart. Lace can rip if you're not careful. It's still rare. Like you have to be pretty hard on it to rip it, but still the mono is more durable. Lace is a little bit more prone to shedding. So again, if you're not careful, the knots are just like not really protected. They're on there, but there's just this one thin layer of lace with these big holes. Mono is going to protect those knots a little bit better. It's less likely to shed. Other than that, there's really not that much difference. I honestly, when I'm thinking about, I guess if we're comparing mono with closed lace is going to be a little bit easier to blend because it's thinner. The cap is thinner, that it doesn't have that PU strip. So it is going to sit just like it's so paper thin. So I think this is a little bit easier to blend. It has a little bit more natural blend. This one, you have to work with it just a little bit. Got to kind of fluff up your hair in the front to hide the rim because it's like just a little bit thicker. So that would honestly be the biggest factor for me, is how thin that transition is. So that would be a benefit of a closed lace, but a mono is going to be more durable. And honestly, it just kind of depends on what kind of toppers they have. Like, I would really care more about, do I want as much hair as the Courtney has? Or do I like the look of the Courtney? Like I told you, it's a little bit flatter on the sides. Do I like that more? Or do I want the breeze topper that has more hair? Like, to me, that's more of a determining factor than just the solid like mono or lace. I hope that made sense. Do you need glue to wear it? Most of the toppers you can get away. Even the lace fronts are the ones that I like to glue down most of the time. But if you use the halo wire, the lace fronts usually will still sit flat without glue. They're just more secure with glue. And all the other ones you really can't glue. So lace front are the only one that you can glue. Can you dye or darken them? Oh, thank you, Patty, for answering. Yes, you can darken them. You just can't lighten them. No bleach, okay? Bleach it's already been bleached at some point. It's already been very processed. You don't want to put bleach on them. I promise. I've done it. It's a stupid decision. Hair just breaks right off. Yes, you're so welcome. For beginners, mono or closed lace? Again, I think it just depends on what topper you're looking at. So I said that airy elegance, the closed lace airy elegance, is one of my favorites for beginners because it's got a light density on a medium-ish cap. It blends pretty easily for most people. I think the Courtney is their Monotop. I don't even think they have any other monos. I think it's just the Courtney. And for some beginners, the Courtney can fill like a lot of hair. So this is the airy elegance, the closed lace. And again, I think this is one of my most recommended toppers for beginners. Anybody have the airy elegance that you can give us your opinion? Even if you don't like it, let's hear why. But if you like it, we also want to hear why. Price is going to vary depending on what piece you're looking at, the color, and the length. So Uniwigs is trying to post stickers on the video, so you can click them and it'll tell you their price and everything. What about a skin base and a silk base? Gigi, yes, you can remove the front comb in the Aura. Yes, you can remove clips and combs on any of these. The only thing I want to warn you about clips and combs is you do not want to sew any clips or combs into lace. So keep that in mind. This is just one single layer of lace. Remember how I told you it's really delicate? Don't be sewing clips or combs into this. You can around the edges, around the wefting, but not in the lace part, okay? That's really important to know. You will probably destroy the lace if you try. Okay, skin base and a silk base. Let's talk about the difference. So the Aura is their skin base option. It's got invisible knots. Okay. So there's a really realistic scalp, and that's the same for a silk top as well. Like the Vianne topper. Let's get that one back down. So these are going to look very similar to the naked eye here. See that? They both have a very realistic scalp. This one is a skin top. This one is a silk top. The silk top is a little bit thicker, slightly thicker. It's more, this one is fabric. Okay, listen. And then this is the skin top, the Aura. So this has got some kind of other material that's a little bit more plasticky on the inside, but it's actually a little bit thinner. So that's really the biggest difference. These two toppers have other differences, but as far as the difference between a skin top and a silk top is usually hand tied. A skin top is usually machine made. So skin tops are usually a little bit less expensive because they are less labor. Let me see. It's my favorite, super flat hairline and breathable. Are you talking about the Airy Elegance? I love hearing it. I have the Breeze in both closed lace and lace front. I did request no layers around the face, and I love them both. Oh, I love hearing it. Good job. Patty, I have it. I love it. I do think I need it a little longer because it gets super frizzy in the back on me. Oh, really? Dang. But I'm glad that you love it. You're talking about the Airy Elegance, right? I wonder why it's getting frizzy. Is it rubbing up against a coat or something? Because sometimes that happens. Like if you are wearing coats or scarves or something like that, it can, make the hair kind of like tangle a lot in the back. Yeah. Oh, dang. How long was the blonde one? I missed it. It was 20 inches. Do they make your head sweat? Jess, this is my take on sweat. I'm a super heavy sweater. Like if you saw me at the gym, I am dripping when I leave. And I sweat a lot from my head. I'm used to that. So wearing a topper is a little bit like wearing a ball cap, but with hair. So to me, what is hotter than the cap is just having a lot of hair. So the toppers that have more hair on them, the larger caps, they're going to be a little warmer than something that's smaller and lighter density. But truthfully, I don't feel like it's ever been so hot that I can't handle it. I always joke that like when it's hot outside, like I was in Texas, it was 105 degrees and like 100% humidity. I thought I was going to die. And I was wearing a full wig. When I feel like that, if I'm out and about, if I'm ready and I'm wanting to look nice, it's probably never going to be not worth it to me. Just like my clothes make me hot, but I can't take those off in the summer. You know what I mean? I rarely am so uncomfortable that I just have to take it off. So yes, it will make your head sweat more probably than not having anything on there, but not enough to like convince me not to wear it. I don't know. You guys can chime in if you feel differently. But I do tend to opt for something a little bit lighter weight or more breathable when it is hot. So silk tops, I can still wear them. I wore them in Mexico in the summer heat and I was fine, truly. But if I have a little bit of a collection and I have the option of wearing like a closed lace topper in the summer, I'm more likely going to reach for that, especially if it's a lower density. So like that Airy Elegance again, like the one I have on is a really good summer topper as well. I hope that helped. When you say same, Jess, are you talking about being a heavy sweater? Am I not alone? Because I sweat like you would not believe. It's embarrassing. It falls right at the base of my neck, so pretty much rubs on everything. LOL. Patty, I feel you. That length can be hard. It's rubbing against the collar of whatever you're wearing. What does the lace look like on the Airy Elegance? That's what it looks like. Right up close and personal there. So again, when you're just being normal and talking to someone, to me, this is the most undetectable topper. Like, if I had to choose one that I felt like was least detectable, I feel like this is one of them because it's not a ton of hair. The lace is so thin and it just, to me, the density is just right. So it blends. Now, this is for me. I know everyone's a little bit different. But to me, this is like one of the most undetectable toppers I think I've ever tried. I'm being honest here. Yes, the knots are there, but they're the least noticeable thing about it. You're so welcome, you guys. Hello from Pittsburgh. It's late for you guys, isn't it? I'm a hairstylist, want to offer the Hairline toppers. How do I get a wholesale account? Oh, you'll have to reach out to Uniwigs. Hopefully they message you on here. But yes, they have wholesale accounts for stylists, which is a good thing if you have a stylist that you want to let them know that Uniwigs has wholesale accounts that they can get as a stylist. I think that would be really beneficial to tell your stylist. Dreamy mousse. Oh, I swear to you, it's practically invisible. Oh, I'm so glad you're sharing, Patty. Your products are beautiful. Oh, Bree, just so you know, these are Uniwigs products. I just wear them, but yes, they are beautiful. Which is darker, dusty brown or soft dusty brown? Ooh, that's a question for Uniwigs. I'm not sure. I'd have to look at a picture, or I'm not sure. I don't know. I haven't seen soft dusty ash brown. So you have to tell us, Shelly, which topper has that color as an option? Yes, I've had hot flashes since I was 10. Jess. I hear you. I also have anxiety. So whenever I get anxious, my chest will break out in like red rashes, and I just like, I'll start to sweat, like my whole body will. And I imagine that what I'm feeling is a lot like a hot flash. I'm not quite into menopause yet, but I'm well on my way. And that's how I'm anticipating hot flashes to feel like. Maybe they're worse, but Aura is the lightest, 110% density. Yes, Dreamy Moose, but keep in mind that the density, the percentage of density is a little confusing, because when someone's talking about density, I'm still struggling to how to articulate this, but it's really important to understand. Uniwigs lists their density in percentages. So the Aura is 110%, this one is 120%, the Courtney is 130%. But when most people are thinking about density, they're mostly thinking about how much hair does it have on it? Like, what does it look like? Does it look like a lot of hair, or does it look like a little bit of hair, right? So there's kind of a difference between like actual density and like the visual density. If you had two toppers, like perfect example, the Airy Elegance and the Breeze, okay? They are identical toppers. I told you that. They're identical, except that they have the same density, 120%. The closed lace ones, those are the ones I have right now. They're both 120% density. The Breeze has a lot more hair on it overall. And that's because it is 2 inches larger all the way around. So it's got more surface area. So even though the density percentage is the same, the surface area is bigger. So just keep that in mind when you're looking at the percentages. They're just, it's kind of like comparing apples to oranges if you're not comparing the exact same topper. So you want to keep in mind the density has something to say about it, but not everything. Also, the hair texture can matter. If the hair is fluffier, like the Burmese texture, it's going to look like more hair than their new Vianne topper that has this premium Chinese hair. This is going to air dry straight, and it also does not have any of those return hairs. So it's going to look like less hair than something with this kind of texture. So keep that in mind as well. Okay, I know that that's confusing. Emma, I don't think they have any black curly. The curliest they have usually are the Burmese hair that looks like this. And they do have these in like a natural black normally, or a dark brown with black, or the dark brown with black shades or something like that. So, but you could also reach out to Uniwigs. They're usually really good about custom orders and stuff. Oh, Uniwigs, thank you for answering. The soft dusty brown just has more balanced and even highlights. They have the same undertones, but to the naked eye, you may feel the dusty ash brown is just a little bit darker. Oh, good to know. Thank you. So what she's saying is like the dusty ash brown has kind of chunkier highlights, I think is what she's referring to. And the soft dusty brown, they're just more blended. Like, I don't know, like these ones look a little bit chunkier, but like these ones in between are a little bit more blended. Reds, Jess, I haven't really seen any reds, but again, starting with a base color that you could have colored red. So depending on what kind of red you're looking for, you could always start with a blonde worst case scenario and have that colored red. I've seen that a lot. So, all right. We've got about 30 minutes left. So I would love if you guys have questions. I'm more than happy to answer. If there are any toppers that you want to see again or you want to talk more about, I can go over those. I also have some frequently asked questions here that Uniwigs gave me because these are like really common from customers, and we've answered quite a few of them, but I can totally go over some of these too. Tish, you have 3 Uniwigs toppers and enjoy them. Tell us which ones you have and which one's your favorite. Just so you know, that is the number one question anyone asks me. What's your favorite topper? What's your favorite topper? And it makes me laugh because I kind of hate that question because I just never have an answer for anyone. I don't have a favorite topper. It depends on the day. It depends on what kind of style I want to wear. It depends on you know, what I'm doing. It depends on what I'm feeling at the moment. It depends on what I'm wearing. Like, I literally cannot tell you one favorite topper, and I have tried so many and I've worn them for years, but I love many toppers for all different reasons. What about black and burgundy highlights? Emma, that would have to be a custom color. So you would want to start with something. You probably want to talk to a stylist and have them look at the topper you're wanting and ask them which color to start with so that they can darken it, but they cannot highlight it. They can't lighten anything. So you'll probably want to start with a little bit of a lighter color and then have them low light it, color in the burgundy, tone it, or do whatever they need to do. Show the Courtney topper. I'm thinking of that one. Okay. Let's look at the Courtney topper again. Where did it go? Here we go. Do you want me to put it on, or do you want me to show you the cap? So this is let me show you the hand tight area, because that's what I was talking about with how much, another part of like the density equation. This hand tight area is really the only place you can get volume, because the rest of this is sewn on in strips. And see how like close together these wefts are? That means that it's got more hair in the wefting area because there's not a lot of space between them. That's quite a few wefts on this. So this is what the wefting, sorry. Let me see if I can show you this. This is what the wefting looks like. They're just strips of hair sewn on, kind of like extension wefts. You see that? But you can't really get volume on where this is because it's sewn on flat. So you're never going to get the root to like lift up. Does that make sense? So I think that's one of the reasons this one is so popular is because, let me put it on, it just kind of sits more flat to the sides compared to something that has much more hand tight area. See how much bigger that area is? You're going to get a lot more volume and a little bit more poof on top with a larger hand tight area. And then this one has the wefting, but see, it's a little bit more spread out. So the hair is a lighter density. It doesn't have as much hair on it. I buy golden blonde toppers because I have red hair with blonde highlights. So I buy golden blonde and have it colored. Perfect, Linda. Thank you for explaining that for us. So anybody looking for red, that's what normally I recommend as well, is getting just like a golden blonde topper. A lot of companies, I don't know if Uniwigs has it. They probably don't always have it on their website, but I imagine they could get one for you. It's just like a platinum blonde, like a yellow platinum, but that would probably be a really good place to start. What was I going to do? Put on this topper. That's what I was doing. Sorry. Getting all sorts of distracted. So what I mean by showing you that is to show you that it's going to have less hair on top and less poof on the sides and on the top. This is the Courtney. Sorry, whoever from Uniwigs is posting the links, I'm like all over the place. I'm sure that's annoying. So sorry about that. I just keep switching. Oh, thank you, Emma. I hope that that's helpful. Can you part Courtney anyways? Yes. So there's a large, there's still quite a few, I don't know how many inches the hand tight area is, probably like 3 inches. So you can part it anywhere within that space, about from here to here. Okay. So yeah, anywhere where it's hand tied, you can part it. I do kind of a deeper side part on this one, and I don't know, I just really like it, but I could totally do a middle part too. Or I could do a left, but my hair won't part on the left. So you've got some like a body and stuff down here, but on the sides, you're not getting any kind of poof. Now, again, this texture though is that Burmese texture. So you will get a little bit of poof, I should clarify, because it's just got like that texture. But the hair isn't coming out like this, like it is on top. On top, the hair is coming up and out. On the sides, it's just going straight down. Do mono or silk tops last longer than lace? Yes. Normally, yes. I would say on average, Shelly, they do. Thanks, Uniwigs. Okay, so this is the upgrade Courtney. I really love this one. I don't know what it is exactly about it that I just love so much, but I think it has to do with the way it's not wide here. It just is, I still feel like I get some good volume and lift here without it looking like a ton of hair. You know what I'm saying? So I forgot to mention, again, unless you've been on since the beginning, but they do have a sale going on for 15% off select wigs and toppers. So order during the live to take advantage of those things. Wigs, could you let us know what time will Vianne be available, that new topper? I know it's supposed to launch tomorrow, so could you let us know? This one is the 16-inch, but let's measure and see exactly where it lies on me. Also remember, don't judge the length just by what it looks like on the model, because I'm going to move this over slightly so it's in the center. Some of us have longer heads, longer necks. I'm not one of those with a longer neck, but just know that you can't really judge by what it looks like on someone else. It's the 16-inch on the website, but it actually measures closer to 18 inches if you're measuring middle part to tips, okay? The color of this, Courtney, is mousse brown. This one is vanilla butter blonde, and then they've got a host of other colors as well. Also with Courtney, they have, do you guys still have the 2 texture options, wigs? I haven't been on there in a little bit, but I know that usually the Courtney, they offer it with either the Burmese texture or the Chinese texture, which is straighter. The Vianne will be available at midnight. Okay, how fun. So it'll be available really soon, I take it. And there's the link. So it's already on there. You just can't add it to your cart yet. So you could get on there and order it as soon as it's available, and make sure you get the color and length that you want, because I imagine that they have some limited stock. Yes, we have both Burmese and Chinese hair for the Upgrade Courtney topper. Thank you. That's what I was going to say. They normally do, so just making sure you still do. So you can order either the Chinese, which will be a little bit straighter and it'll be smoother and not as fluffy, but the Burmese texture will give you a fluffier texture. It will also air dry wavy if you want to wear it wavy sometimes, and sometimes I wear this one wavy and it's so cute. But if you like it sleeker, go with the Chinese. How do you measure? So you're going to go from a middle part. Now this one has a side part right now, so I just scooted it over slightly. But you want to go from the middle part to the tips, just like straight down. Don't pull it out like this. Pull it straight down your head, and it'll show you what it is. On their website, it's usually an inch or 2 longer than what it's listed as a rule of thumb. ¿Cómo puedo comprar desde México? Se puede comprar en línea igual en el sitio de Uniwigs y luego se lo mandan por correo. Mandan por todo el mundo, envían a casi todos los países de lo que yo sepa. So they ship all around the world, worldwide. So you just buy it on their website, and they're usually really good about helping with color matching, helping you. They have like a chat option on their website. So Uniwigs does a lot of things to help you get the right thing from the start. Can you part the closed lace anywhere? Yeah. Yep. Anywhere where it is hand tied. So anywhere on top. That's usually plenty of space for everybody to do a left, middle, or side or right part. The Vianne topper is available at midnight. Where did it go? That is this one. It's the new silk top with their premium, what do they call it? Premium Chinese hair texture. So it's this one. They've got 4 new colors with it. It's beautiful. And it does not have a clip or a comb in the front, but it still sits really flat. So it's also thinner. It's not as thick as the Savannah, which is an older silk top that they sell. So the cap is thinner. It's really nice. They've got kind of this like little transitional area is what I feel like that's what makes it thinner and sit flatter, easier to blend. Love my Courtney, Lisa. I get so much compliments on her. I just learned to say thank you. I don't say it's a topper. I love it. I want to hear what everybody says when someone compliments your hair if you're wearing a topper. How do you respond? Because I feel like I don't know how to not open a can of worms. So I'm always telling people, oh, thanks, it's a topper. And I'll show them. And they're always weird about it. But absolutely, I tell people all the time, you don't have to tell anybody it's a topper. Like if somebody said that if somebody was wearing extensions and somebody complimented their hair, they're not likely going to be like, oh, thanks, they're extensions. And maybe they would, but it's totally up to you. You are under no obligation to divulge the fact you are wearing a topper. It's nobody's business. And you bought it. That's my other favorite thing. You bought it, so it's your hair. So you just say thanks. Could we see the Vianne? I missed the showing of that one. Sure, let me show it. Let me put it back on. Sorry, I meant how to measure to know what size cap to get. Oh, yes, let me show you that. I'll show you that and then I'll put the Vianne back on. Sorry, I thought you meant length. What oil to use? I don't know. I bounce around a lot. If you're blonde, I recommend getting a clear oil because sometimes if the oil is more like amber colored, it can sometimes leave it can shift the color of the blondes. So they have like Verb oil has a clear one that's a good one. I use the Moroccan oil on most of mine because I don't really have many blondes. And I think Moroccan oil actually has a clear one as well. Okay, so to measure to see what kind of cap or what size cap you want, the biggest go to like 10, 11 inches I've seen. I don't even think Uniwigs has any that big, but most people an 8 or 8.5 inch cap, they can still get away with. If you have a super small head and like you struggle to have hats fit, or if you're, oh no, don't start coughing. Hold on. If you have a really short forehead or like a more narrow face, sometimes you want to size down slightly. But I would say most people can wear a large cap at like 8 or 8.5 inches. Sorry, I'm showing what is happening. I'm flashing everybody. Sorry. It's more about the width of just finding where you're going to be able to clip in comfortably. So wherever you feel like your hair starts to thicken up slightly is probably, you can take a picture of the top of your head and then try to measure kind of based on the picture. But I like to kind of measure like right here. And I feel like that's about where my hair starts to thicken up slightly. And that's usually going to be pretty comfortable for me. That right there is 5 inches, but I normally will go up to 6 inches. And that's usually the smallest I will wear. And then I can go up to 9 inches if I want, but that's my smallest measurement. And I feel like that's the most important one. Going from front to back is also important, but normally for most people, let me show you the back of my head really quick. It's probably greasy, sorry, but I have a really thin area right here where my cowlick is. And when I am measuring from front to back, I usually will measure right at my hairline because most of my toppers I wear right at my hairline. And then I go to the back and I don't normally clip anything in here, but I could on the sides. And even if I clip above this or kind of like if it stops right here in the middle of my thin area, the hair is covering it anyway. So as long as I can clip in the sides here, I feel like that's fine for me. So like if I measured that, that's about 6 inches. So 6 inches won't necessarily cover that thin spot, but the hair will. So sorry, I might have to grab a cough drop. Oh man, of all the things my mom gave me, it's the coughing that I hate. I'm sorry, guys. I keep cough drops on hand. Okay. Hello. Yes, I have some with waves. I'll show you just a second. How do you get the wave in the Burmese hair, but not bulk? I air dried my Aura and the wave is beautiful, but poofy. I think I would assume that has to do with the product you're using. Donna, I like using the Diva curling cream. And I feel like these are the waves I get with it, and they're really soft. So it could be the technique or it could be the product. I don't know. I'm still learning with that kind of hair texture because my hair's always been super straight. I have a friend though who has naturally wavy hair and she's been helping me learn. So hopefully I'll be putting out some videos about that. Oh goodness, sorry about that, you guys. All right, this is the Vianne topper because somebody wanted to see this one again. So again, it's a silk top. So you got the uber realistic scalp. It is thinner than previous silk tops. Sorry, my hangnail. And this is their premium Chinese hair. So it's going to air dry straight. It's very sleek. Obviously you can add curls to it, but it's not going to air dry wavy like the Burmese hair. Okay. And whoever was asking for a wavy, this is kind of how it can air dry the Burmese hair. This is Chinese, it air dries straight, but you can smooth this out straight as well. It just takes a little more work. Can you show the desert sand brown and Vianne? Laura, I'm so sorry I don't have that color. This is the only one I have on. I have with me. This is the one they sent me, so I don't have the other colors. I'm sorry. Can you recommend a good wig stand for styling? And are there different sizes of mannequin heads? Oh yeah, Mara. So I have a little Etsy shop right now. I'm sorry for plugging this, but it was a question. If Uniwigs had the option, I would share it. But right now I have a little Etsy shop where I have these heads and tripods, suction stands, clamps for sale. It's like a liquidation sale, so you can check it out. It's called Revolution Hair Shop on Etsy. So check that out. If not, I have them also linked to my Amazon storefront. But I love having a nice cork head and some kind of a stand. Either it comes with like kind of a cheapo clamp that will clip onto like a tabletop or counter. I love having a tripod because it's mobile and I can put it wherever I want and then it folds up nice. Or there's also a suction that will suction to like a tabletop and you can style it on there as well. But having the right styling tools is going to change the game if you don't have them. Somebody give me an amen, because I tried styling toppers for like a full year before I finally got a cork head. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. I used to have like a styrofoam head that I would just try to pin it and I would like squeeze it between my legs while I'm trying to curl it. No, get you one of these. I promise it'll make a huge difference. And I only have one size. I think all of mine are 22 inches. For toppers, it doesn't really matter what size you get, but if you're going to wear wigs, you want to get your head circumference or smaller. Like if your wig is a 21 inch and you try to put it on a 22 inch head, it's going to stretch it out and probably damage it, or it won't fit at all. So, if you're only wearing toppers, it doesn't matter, but wigs will matter. Hello, Wendy. I'm so sorry you have to hear me sucking on a cough drop. That's annoying, isn't it? Okay. I tell everyone it's mine because I paid for it. Yes, Melanie, that's right. That's the answer. Do you want to see a wig? Since we were talking about wigs, I have a wig that I just styled today. I was actually planning to show you something kind of fun. And then if anybody really wants a glue tutorial, how to glue down a lace front, I can do that at the end here if you'd like. If nobody really cares, I won't do it. So let me know in the comments if you want to see a gluing tutorial, how to glue down a lace front topper, but I'll hurry and show you this wig. This is the Amelie wig. It's fully hand-tied. So this is a monotop, a lace front. So it's got like a little transition there. And then all of this is hand-tied. Where it's normally sewn on in strips, the wefting, this is all hand-tied, which makes it really lightweight and more breathable. Now, I'm not normally much of a wig girl, because I have a really flat head and I have a really hard time with wig sizing. I'm trying to get the right. I used to own a couple of those heads. Are fantastic. Yes, they are, right? I'm sorry I don't have a link because it's my own personal Etsy shop. But if you just look for Revolution Hair Shop, or if you follow me on Instagram, I have it linked in my bio on Instagram and TikTok and all my social media. It's just Lacie.Rodriguez on all my social media. And I have my Etsy shop linked in my bio on all of those places. As far as delivering to India, I'm pretty sure Uniwigs does, and Etsy will as well, as long as you pay for the shipping, which sometimes the shipping is a lot, so it depends on what you're doing. Please do a glue tutorial. Okay, I will do it. So I gotta hurry because I want to show you this wig first. I'm just tightening it real quick. Yeah, I just washed this wig today and restyled it. So I haven't even tried it on since I restyled it. So let's see how it looks, because it was very sleek. Remember I told you that even the Burmese hair pieces, a lot of times when they come, because this is Burmese hair, the one that air dries wavy, a lot of times when they come, they're like super sleek. And then when you wash it, the texture changes. And so sometimes it can be a little bit more work to get back to that sleek status. But I didn't do too bad. Because it's fully hand tied, it is going to be a little bit more, like a little poofier, which for shorter lengths usually is fine. This is a little bit shorter length. I think it's like 14 inches or maybe it's just 12. I don't remember. Anyway, it's cute though. Isn't this a cute little bob? Yeah, it's cute and super comfy. Like I said, because it's so, it's all hand tied, so it's just so light. You guys want to see the back? Scared to wash it for that very reason. Hara, you can do it. You can do it. Just use a really good smoothing product. Like this is my favorite one. It's the Color Wow Dream Coat Supernatural Spray. If you know me, you know I recommend this to everybody, especially for Burmese hair if you're wanting to smooth it out. That's what I used on this. Works great. Here's the back. Excuse me. Is it secure, Kathy? My head is so flat. It is so rare to find a wig that will sit super secure on me. I do have to cinch this a little bit more than normal, or I think wearing it with a wig grip will also help. But my flat head makes it hard for me always. So if you have like a decent occipital bone, it will be very secure on you. Absolutely. All my Burmese hair Uniwigs toppers dry curly when I air dry them. Yes, Retta, that's normal. They all do. Mm-hmm. What do you recommend for wigs for a person with a flatter head in the back? Kim, me. I don't know. I'm still struggling. I did try, I don't know. If you're on my Instagram, make sure you're watching on my Instagram because I don't know. I've also learned some tricks. If you sew a comb in the back and then clip it up under or push it up underneath a little ponytail in the back, that helps a lot. You just really need to find something that fits you, and that's really hard to do. I have a very short front to nape measurement, which is because my head is flat, but I have a medium circumference. So I think it's just a matter of like every company's wigs fit differently, and you just have to find something that fits for you. Love it. What's the name of this wig? It's the Amelie. I think that's how you say it. Okay, let's hurry and do a glue tutorial, since some of you are asking for it. And then I can show you how you can pull up. I'm going to do the Airy Elegance. Okay. So, oh, I got to take the halo wire off. You can use the halo wire, but since I'm going to pull my hair up, I'm not going to keep it on while I glue it. I kind of wish there was a way, because this is what's cool about the halo wire, is it will keep the lace flat. So if I did use the halo wire while gluing it on, it would actually help it adhere a lot better. But if I wanted to take it off after, I've tried this where I've like glued it with the halo wire on and then tried to remove the halo wire, and it's really hard after you've glued it down. So let's do this. So first thing you're going to want to do is clean your forehead. I have some makeup on it. So I'm going to use, you can either use rubbing alcohol, which is kind of caustic. So it's better to use micellar water. And you just want to get right along the hairline right here, because this is where your glue is going to go. Another trick I've learned recently, and this is true for wigs as well. Anytime I am wearing a lace front, I now use a wax stick like this one from Bedhead, and I will slick all of my baby hairs all the way back, because these ones are always the ones that are getting in the way, and it's so annoying. You don't want to get your baby hairs stuck in the glue. So I like to use this wax stick. This is why I save this for the end, because once this is on, like I'm done. I'm done, because I can't come back from this for the night. So I'm just gonna make sure this is all slicked back, and that wax stick helps a lot. Okay. Now, if you have a receding hairline, this is going to be much easier for you, because you just get to pick where your hairline starts, like where it used to start before it started receding. A lot of people will do like like 3 fingers or whatever. I just know this is my hairline hasn't receded. My forehead's always been this big. So I just know I need it to sit right in front of that, almost on top of it, but you don't want the lace to be on your hair. You want it to be on your skin, okay? So what I'm gonna do is first, I'm gonna take a Q-tip, whoops, and I'm just gonna like twist it so that it's really, I don't know, so that I don't have like cotton everywhere. This is the glue I love. It's Bold Hold Liquid Gold from the Hair Diagram. And I'm just going to put a little bit on a Q-tip. And then I always start in the middle. So I'm going to do a little bit right here in the center. Again, it's on my skin, not on my hair. And you don't want it to be too thick. So just a very thin layer of glue. And I'm just doing it right there for now. This is the most important part. You want to make sure you're getting it in the right spot. So middle part to middle part, right there looks good. So I'm going to hold that down, and you can actually use, I like using this metal comb, like the tail of a metal comb. And then to speed it up, you can use a little bit of heat from a hairdryer. In fact, you don't even need it hot. You could keep it on cool, but just have the air to dry it. And I just kind of like move it down like this so that the glue gets all the way to the edge of the lace. You want it to be all the way to the edge. And if the hair gets stuck in the glue, just leave it as is for now. We'll fix that at the end, okay? All right, so I got the middle. See, it's flat and it's stuck. My hair is going to be crazy till we're done. Okay, I'm going to do another dab of glue. It's good I do this on here. It's good practice. Now I'm going to do the side. And I'm just going to, again, I'm going to kind of like run it all along. Now, sometimes depending on your hairline, you may not have to glue the entire strip of lace. Sometimes it will stop like your hair will start before the lace ends, and that's okay. Just go as far as you can. Now, what you don't want to do is do not pull on the lace. If you're like stretching it, it's going to pucker when it dries on your skin, and it's really, really visible. So don't pull it, but also keep in mind that you're wanting this to kind of round out. Don't pull it down. It's supposed to follow the shape of your head. So I'm going kind of like this, and then again, I'm going to push down with the comb and then hit it with some air on top of it. Don't blow up from the bottom because that's going to make the lace lift. You want it to go blow down on it. And again, you're still kind of like doing this pulling down motion with your comb. I don't see any golden blonde colors even in the custom shades. My bio hair has a lot of golden highlights. Ashley doesn't look good on me. What do I do? Heroic Grub. They should have golden options in for just about every topper. They almost always have ashy and golden options. So maybe ask Uniwigs which color would work best for you. They're really good at helping with color matching. Okay, and then the last side. Sorry, I know we're up on time, but I'll hurry. Now you're gonna do the same thing on the other side. So I'm just flattening it out, but I'm not pulling on it. Now, ideally, I would want to let this dry on its own for, I don't know, 5 minutes, 10, I don't know. It depends on how much glue you use. The more glue, the longer you're going to have to wait. But I'm not going to make you wait around for me. This is 16 inches. Oh, thanks, Linda. That's sweet of you. So it's a little early. I would let it sit, but what you want to do is if you have these hairs that are kind of stuck, I will literally just kind of scrape them off. Now be careful. You don't want to get the teeth of your comb stuck in the lace. The other thing you can do is just get the other side of your Q-tip wet and then just be really careful to kind of dislodge like just the hair in front of the lace, but the water will deactivate the glue. So it'll start to come off if you're getting the water anywhere near like the lace. Thank you so much. I'm now your #1 fan. Oh, you're so sweet. Good. I hope you find some helpful stuff. Okay, so like I said, if this was completely dry, I could kind of scrape this hair off here and it would come loose and it would look normal. But let me show you just fast pulling your hair up in this. So now it's flat, it's secure. Now I can pull my hair up. This is like the perfect amount of hair for a ponytail, an updo. I love that you're not relying on the clips. So the glue is really holding it on, so it's so much more comfortable than if you were to try to pull this up with just the clips. You want to keep it a little bit loose around the edges if the sides of your hair are thin, but look at how cute. Yeah? Never have I ever had a cuter ponytail. Oh, I'm so happy it was helpful, you guys. My Instagram is just lacie.rodriguez. All my social media is, so you can find me pretty much everywhere. Thank you so much, Gigi and Kathy. You guys are so sweet. Thanks for staying with me a few extra minutes. Hit me up if you have any questions, and take advantage of their sale and the Vianne topper launching soon, in less than 24 hours. So, all right. Thank you so much, Shelly. You guys have a wonderful night.